した一種の形式ではあるのですけれども、それにしても各種の方針やそれに基づく新たなプランの提示、こういうようなものの社会的活動等は決して小さいものではなかったと思います。大学運営についていかがですか？
解約で多忙になるんですから、生活がなんとなくいい感じに過ごしてるんだなって気がしますよね。
はい、そうですね。学生消費者主義というのは、大学教育を大学の提供する商品と捉えて、学生やその保護者はその商品に対しての対価をする。
悪くない人は言ってない。
だからどっちかなんですよ。どっちかに出てる。だから人間ってのはね、快楽と禁欲、振り子のように振り子って分かる。
振り子？
From a station, and it was heading towards station. Just the passenger inside the first car, and then he is said to have gone up and down the aisle. He was not initially in the first car. That's what people say. We don't know for sure. But then, it is not known where he brought it from, but he all of a sudden came in carrying this plastic container. And carrying this container, he went towards the front and started to pour the liquid inside the container around him, you said, yes. And then all of a sudden he poured the liquid on himself from his head and set fire on himself using a lighter. So what was inside the plastic container? It was something flammable, yes. We don't know whether it was gasoline or kerosene or what. We don't know the details, but according to the passengers inside, it's said to be that there was pink-colored liquid inside. Then it must have come up in flames quickly, yes. And while he was walking, he really appeared to be calm and not in a panic whatsoever. And after he set himself on fire, there were these flames coming out, and the car was totally filled with smoke. And the passengers here, we don't know how many were inside, but someone shouted, "Escape!" and everyone headed towards the rear. So everyone, in a panic, rushed towards the rear. Yes, I think everyone was in an extreme state of panic. And the driver, at what time did he notice that something had happened? Here's the driver's cabin. Yes, the driver noticed, because at this deck there's a toilet, and there is this emergency button that was, and we don't know who pushed it, but anyway, around 11:40 a.m., it was about 7 kilometers short of Odawara Station, but the emergency alarm went off, and the driver manually stopped the Shinkansen train. So it was an emergency stop, and then the driver went inside the car to see what happened, and he saw this man covered with oil. And the driver used a fire extinguisher to put out the fire. And there was another woman who died. Now, the woman was found at the back of the first car. Yes, she was found around here, close to the toilet, in between the first and second car. But we don't know whether she had any relationship with a man, but one of the passengers in the car saying that she probably got caught in the fire. But you said that it was in a state of panic and everyone was rushing towards the rear, and this woman could not escape. Is that right? Well, at least the police believe that she got caught in the fire and was found lying between the two cars.
The fire took place on a major artery linking Tokyo and Osaka. It was in the middle of the day when many people were moving about, so the incident affected people in many areas. This is Tokyo Station shortly after 1 o'clock this afternoon. The electric boards for the Tokaido Shinkansen line are informing people about cancellations. People are coming to the ticket gates to inquire about the train schedules. Crowds have formed waiting for the trains to start running again. The Tokaido Shinkansen line suspended services between Shin-Yokohama and Odawara before noon. Then operations between Tokyo and Shin-Osaka stopped. This man says he heard the announcement and is surprised that such a thing has happened. This woman says she's trying to decide whether she should take a plane or wait for the bullet train to move again. This person says her child was shocked and is frightened to take the bullet train again. The child is asked whether she'll take the Shinkansen again. She says no. The effects spread to other areas. This announcement in Kyoto says all outbound Tokaido Shinkansen lines, trains for Nagoya and Tokyo are cancelled. This woman, who was heading home to Tokyo, says she was surprised and wants to get back home soon. This woman was going home to Tokyo. She says it's troublesome because her child is small and she hasn't brought enough milk or other necessities. Osaka Airport was flooded with bookings. Flights were full at one point. This person says he changed plans and traveled this way, but it's very troublesome. Some people had to take detours. This man says he had intended to go from Shinagawa to Nagoya, but he says the Shinkansen stopped and he didn't know when it would move again, so he just flew in from Haneda to Osaka Airport. He says he's now going to take a bus to Shin-Osaka and then take a bullet train to Nagoya. He says there's nothing else he can do. The Tokaido Shinkansen resumed operations shortly after 2 o'clock this afternoon, nearly 3 hours after the emergency stop was made. Central Japan Railway says 36 inbound and outbound trains were cancelled due to the fire, and schedules were delayed by up to 5 hours. Even after operations resumed, passengers who wanted refunds or to change their tickets formed long lines at the ticket booths at Nagoya Station. This man was on his way home to Tokyo for a business trip. He says a co-worker was on the train where the fire broke out. He says he's stunned. He says unlike airplanes, baggage and security checks are lax on trains, but this needs to be reconsidered. The Transport Ministry says there has never been a case of a fire set intentionally by a passenger on a Shinkansen train or any similar occurrences in the 14 years since 2001.
Never been easier with the Halsey and Ranger gyms. Head on over to one of Atsugi's gyms and get your workout on today.
The Transport Ministry has sent officials to the scene of today's incident.
A major wears 2 bars and 1 sakura, while a lieutenant colonel has 2 and a colonel has 3. Sakuras indicate a major general. 3 is a lieutenant general, and a general wears 4. Learning the rank.
weather, many of your favorite stations.
Awesome. Now we'll miss hearing John. DoD TAP can make your educational goals a reality with the Accessing Higher Education Training Track. Compare schools, programs, and tuition. Go to dodtap.mil and search training tracks on the homepage. That's dodtap.mil and search training tracks on the homepage.
The eagle never sleeps. Exhausted, I'm dead for sleep. That AFN, the eagle, serving American
ICT crime. We could take some preventive measures, but we cannot be perfect. Well, many passengers on board got panicked and tried to escape. What can we do about the fire prevention? Well, we are advanced in the world as far as that is concerned. For instance, we do have a rule that would say there should be 2 emergency exits on board each of the car of the train, Shinkansen train too. And that is done in Japan. I think it is being done properly in Japan compared with other countries. But it's not caused by unintentionally. It was caused by a man with intention using oil. That would be very difficult to prevent. Well, materials, inflammable